Alright, so here we go. This is going to be my introduction video to the channel. And if you're on this journey, it's because you probably don't know much about cryptocurrency. Maybe you don't even know much about investing in general. And you're trying to get an idea of how this all works. Well, come to the right place. So here's how we're going to start this. Um, Bitcoin, technology has existed about 12 years, 13 years maybe now. And new technology is kind of hard for people to adjust to, and the average person to actually get uh, some knowledge on to start putting their money into. It can be a little difficult of a transition. So, what happens is the world takes a bit to catch up to these things. It could take 20, 30 years before technology becomes mainstream, and it's really based off the technology that it came from. Since the internet took about 30, 40 years to become mainstream, which is where we are now, I would say where we are now is mainstream because it's actually usable in our everyday lives. Usable in a way that we can now work and function society based off of the protocols that are built on the internet. So when it comes to Bitcoin, we're not there yet, but we are very close. I would say, give or take, by 2030, we should be in a full adoption mode. And that's based off of not only Bitcoin, but based off all these other projects. And we'll get into some of these at a later time. But the, the idea of this video is really to introduce you to investing. As you notice, the world around us is kind of falling apart. Rent's up, gas is up, food is up, tensions are high all over the world. Things are not looking so great. And most of you are probably wondering, well, what do I do? How do I crawl out this hole? You know, what are the rich doing? What is everyone else doing? Well, here's the thing. The average person works a 9 to 5 job. They get paid, they pay their bills. Where does the extra money go? Or what type of adjustments are they making in order to have extra money? Well, these are the things that most people don't really think of and don't really execute on. But if you can be set apart from everyone else, then you can start thinking of ways to make more money with your money. Now, you have the option for either stock, gold, maybe you're buying houses, flipping houses, maybe even buy cars. The point is, you do something with the money you have so that way you can grow it. Now, even though cryptocurrency is risky because it hasn't been here very long, it's one of the best assets of our century. Probably even of our lifetime if you're around my age. So, this tells us that the train is moving and it's moving fast. The interesting thing about Bitcoin is kind of easy to project when it's going to go up because built within Bitcoin itself is a mechanism called the halvening. And the halvening basically creates an environment where there's more buy pressure than sell pressure. And if you want to look up that term, this is how you would Google it. Let's see, Bitcoin halvening. And you're going to find a lot of information on how the halvening works. I don't want to get into it right now, but we'll get into it later time. But this is definitely a topic you should be reviewing and understanding. But in short, this event causes Bitcoin's price to go up every 4 years, which causes the whole market to go up with it, as the money spills from Bitcoin to other assets. Now, when you're using this website, this is CoinMarketCap, very important to understand this site and get familiar with it. And I'll go over more of how this works at a later time. But ultimately, what we're going to look at here is the total market cap. So this is how much money has been in Bitcoin, or I'm sorry, in cryptocurrency since the beginning of its creation. Now, this is going to show us back to 2014, but obviously Bitcoin was created before 2014. But we're going to go ahead and look at the history. So in 2014, the market cap was somewhere around 1 billion. And now we've crawled to the trillions, we dropped, and we are going to rise again. But this gives you an idea of how the market has grown. A lot of flat line here, and then boom, down, and boom, even higher. So why do you think these things occur? Does this occur because cryptocurrency is fake? Does it occur because it's a scam? No one's going to use it? I mean, do we really think we got to a true $2 trillion with a scam that no one's going to use? There is something here that the average person is not understanding. There's something here the average person is going to miss out on. So I beg you, if you're watching this video, take your time to start learning how this works. It is real. It is going to be here in your future, and you're going to use it every day, and so on and so on. So now that we understand how Bitcoin moves, or the history of the market in general, we can take a look at the chart. So CoinMarketCap, you're actually able to look at Bitcoin charts. If you look at here, this page, it's going to be a little overwhelming if you're not familiar with how this works. But ultimately, you're going to see the market cap of Bitcoin. This is how much money is actually in it. And then you're going to see the history down here. This is the current history over the few days, but I would put this on all if you want to, and it'll show you the full history. And since the halving occurs every 4 years, the last halving was about 2020. So if we look here, we were flat line till 2020, and then pow. This is going to happen again. It is every 4 years, so the next moment is 2024. We are here. Now we got to get back up here and even higher. So it is projected that Bitcoin could reach anywhere between $100,000 or more. Probably even $500,000. So if you own one of these babies, you're going to be making a lot. However, the biggest opportunity is not only in Bitcoin, is in the other projects that exist in the market as well. Which is what this list is. This list goes on and on and on. It can be thousands of different cryptos, but I recommend looking into the first 100 to 200. It is going to take you some time to learn this. It is not easy. It is very difficult. And there are a lot of different technologies here which I will go over for you one by one, and we are going to understand how this works together. Because in the crypto space, there are different sectors of technology. You have DeFi, which is right here. You can see a whole DeFi list. You have NFTs, you have Metaverse, and then you have different layer ones. A layer one, think of it like Windows or iOS. These are softwares or platforms that applications are built on top of. Very important to understand that. If you click these lists, you will see a full list of projects under the layer ones. However, we're going to go over DeFi, we're going to go over NFTs, and we're going to go over Metaverse one by one at a later time. But this is really just an introduction of how to use this website and kind of getting a little familiar with Bitcoin. Because I promise you, if you look at the price here, 2013, you could have made a lot of money. 64K. And it is going to go higher. It is not going to stop. The world will use this technology. Bitcoin has the ability to do things that you can't do in a traditional world. Like hold your money in wallets where government can't identify or confiscate. And that'll be another video as well. So we're gonna go over the different techs, the wallets, the exchanges, and eventually you're going to understand how this all works. But you need to understand how Bitcoin works first. So please do your research on the halving. Google it, watch some videos. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. I recommend doing that and getting some understanding of how it works. And then we'll kind of get into why you should invest and when. overall, the time is now. If you've been waiting on the sidelines, you've been making mistakes in the crypto market. A lot of people buy the top. I mean, this is the top, right? And these are the bottoms. A lot of people buy here. This is when the news is pumping, everyone's talking about it. The euphoric moments, everyone made so much money, it's going to go higher, blah, blah, blah. But you need to be smart. You have to buy here. You have to buy here. You have to buy here. It is not as difficult as you think to buy when the price is down. It should be difficult to buy when the price is up. Now, some people buy when it's down, they're scared. Hey, is it going to go lower? Is it going to go down more? Listen, you got to jump in someday. You can't stay on the sidelines forever. And I promise you, if you jump in when it's down, you will celebrate when it's up. Other than that, take care, everybody. Until the next video.